you know, I was invited to United States as an artist in the medical industry, in the medical field. And that time my English was like this far, very little knowledge, right? And so I want to tell you the story how it all happened. I was mostly working in the fantasy and TV and TV series industry, where I was preparing the models for basically for movies and TV, and most of those models were fantasy style. And then one day I was sitting and working on one of my works, and my wife came to me and said, listen, I saw there is the competition online where you have to create the space vessel, spaceship, and the prizes are good, and like, why don't you take part? And I said, you know that I work only with organic stuff. I don't do any metal, mechanical, 3D objects. I don't know how they work. I don't have enough knowledge to produce them. And she said, well, why don't you create this spaceship alive? Make it organic. And I was like, wait a minute. It's a great idea. So I created that spaceship, and it took the first place on that contest. It's amazing. Like I created something that I wasn't even aware that I can possibly create, even in my dreams, you know. And this, let me show you. Okay, why not? This one. So this artwork that I created, kind of organic looking spaceship, literally brought me to America, because one day I was sitting and working, and I received an email, and in that email it was like, would you like to move to New York? And that's it, like one email. And I was like, of course, I'm ready. So it was 2013, and that's how I made my way into this country and made my way into the medical animation and illustration, where I'm working right now. So right now my job is to educate people in terms of their diseases, in terms of how their body works, how different drugs work in their body. And usually what we do, our studio is doing is let's say it's a drug company, and they are working on a new drug. And before they go all that approval process, FDA, etc., they have to be able to present, to explain how this new drug works and how it helps people in a new way to feel better, right? So they come to us and they say, okay, this is the concept, this is our drug, this is how it works, help us tell the story, visual representation of, you know, how everything should be. And my job as a creative director is to help the client to tell that story, to deliver the message that they want, to show how this drug will act in their body. And this is one of the examples, one of many that we're working on. So that's what I'm doing for living. And now, remembering how I started, how I got in the field, it was always fantasy and magic and something surreal, and that's what brought me to the idea of having a dragon, or having a Tamerlan as a pet. And yeah, this is how we live and work together. I have a dream to create this short film about the dragon and me, about this wonderful connection that can come from, you know, what I want to avoid is to make too much special effects, and I want to avoid making too much of fairy tale. I want this short film to be as realistic as possible and as believable as possible, because by the way, thank you very much for support in chat. I really appreciate. This is our first live stream. I'm so excited, and you know, it's great to see people there. Thank you very much, guys. So yeah, so I want this short film to be as close and believable as possible. That's, by the way, one of the reasons why I decided not to create this dragon in more of a Game of Thrones way, where they have 2 wings and 2 legs, and they're believable, of course, but I wanted to connect, in my case, I wanted to connect this dragon shape and form to more realistic and knowable animal like iguana, like I have. So later in post-production I will be able to combine this living creature with 2 legs, 2 arms. I will be able to merge him with the CGI dragon perfectly, like, to make a perfect match. So that's my goal, to make this short film where CGI will be almost not visible, but it will be there. That's my goal. So enough about this stuff. I hope you all enjoyed the story. And let's answer some questions that I have from community.